It's on. It's happening. It is Monday, May 30th. It is Memorial Day, and you guys are all amazing rock stars for carving out time in your lives and in your family because, like, there's barbecues going on. Like, I can smell it, my neighbor right here, and I'm not there yet. But I guarantee you that you will take away nuggets and good things from this because we learn from each other. And I have been watching our guest speaker for the last 17 months. And it is just like my privilege to have Miss Teresa Schroeder here on our team call today. And to have Nikki and Heather and Goldie and Barbie and our collaborative teams together. I just think it's amazing. Teresa is a mother of two now, and by the way, you're gonna have to update your your Facebook. I was like reading through your thing. You're like a mother of one. I'm like, she's gonna have to add that in there. Go update that on there. Yeah, +1. The most amazing little boy and little girl, Jax, who is now how many weeks old?
She'll be 3 weeks on Wednesday.
3 weeks on Wednesday, and she's on this Zoom. And the thing is that she was on the Diamond Zoom when Jax was like a week old. So let me finish with my interjection here. So she's been a Beachbody coach for 17 months. She is building an extremely solid Diamond business because she is ranked number 38 in the Beachbody business of 400,000 coaches. 11th in her area, which is, she's from Deerbrook, which is tiny little town in Wisconsin, a very tiny town. And she was, when I first met her, she's also personally sponsored by Trina. She's working full time at a bank, right? And loan officer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And when she started her Beachbody business and had like a year old. So just full plate, and decided that running a Beachbody business full time from home so that she could be home with her children is what her goal was and what she wanted to do. And she has succeeded at that completely. And it just amazes me because you have to have some serious time, oh my gosh, I can't even say it. Time management skills in order to build that business. And so we are here today to find out the inside secrets to her time management wizardry. And so I can't wait to find out what they are. And just thank you, Teresa, so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
It's really great. So yeah, when you look, the thing about being on a team is that you look all around you and there are different ways to do everything that we do. And so you're just going to have to pick and choose what resonates with you. But hands down, when you see somebody doing something successful month after month, time and time again, you should take notice. And that's what we're here to do. So I kind of just wanted to ask you, the first, question was, is there, like, take me back to when you first started, 17 months ago, and you're working 40 hours a week. And, was there an overall method or approach that you had during that time? Because we have a lot of coaches that are working full-time 40-hour-week jobs right now, and they want to be where you're at. So, like, was there a certain method or approach that you took right off the bat that was really helpful? Or just what was it?
Yeah, I think for sure what helped me was a non-negotiable. I had a challenge group. I've had a challenge group every single month since I started. I never took a break. I never, backed out or whatever. I've held a challenge group every month. Sometimes I hold 2 a month. Another thing was I did Rock the Basics Prep 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0 consecutively in a row. I never took a break. And I just did it because that's just what I was told to do, and that's what I did. I also, I wasn't afraid to invite to my team right from the beginning. I don't remember how long it took me to hit Emerald, but I just remember wanting to be Diamond before I even really knew what Diamond was, just because it sounded cool and that's what I wanted to, I'm like, I want to be Diamond. Like, I don't know. So right off the bat, I started inviting my challengers to join my team, and 2 of my challengers from my first group joined my team. So I hit Emerald right away. And then honestly, showing up every single day, like no matter if it's for 10 minutes or 2 hours, just doing something. I haven't missed a day of posting on my like page since I started, and I do 3 to 6 posts a day is what I'm up to now. But I don't think that, if you do 1 post a day, at least you're showing up every single day. And what else? I would say carving out time, like when I was working, especially, I would either get up an hour early, get on my computer, empty out my inbox, send out some invites, check in with my challengers. And then on my lunch break, I would do the same thing. And I would either do it before work and during my lunch break, or my lunch break and then at night after Parker went to sleep. And I just did it every day. I'm not necessarily talking about doing a power hour during those times, because there's other things you need to do. I was trying to build a team, so I had to use that time to, do recognition, check in with my coaches, make sure they're starting out correctly, check in with my challengers. I just did something to move my business forward every single day during those times, and I never, ever missed it. So like Fridays, Trina's calls are in the middle of the day. For a lot of coaches that I know or on my team would say like, oh, it's during the day, I can't do it. For me, I asked for my lunch break to be moved back so I could make that call. And I will be honest with you, I made that call a lot more when I was working 40 hours a week than I am now when I'm home. And it's embarrassing, but I can't get, there's stuff comes up, I swear, every time. But so for me, that was non-negotiable. And I made it happen because it was important to me, and you learn a lot on those calls. So those are the main things, is just really putting your excuses to the wayside and just setting aside that time, whether it's 10 minutes, 2 hours, showing up every day, and not taking a break with that rock the basics stuff, because it's super important, and you learn all the fundamentals of coaching in that training. I think for me, I look at my team and I can honestly split it down the middle. These coaches did the training, these coaches did not. And I hear from the coaches that didn't do it a lot less, or a lot more than I do from the coaches that didn't, or that did. And the ones that did are excelling, and they're holding challenge groups, and they're having conversations, and it just really shows, and it pays off. And so I think for sure just taking the time to do something to move your business forward every day, not scroll Facebook.
Who has time for that? Who has time for that? I have no idea. But this is just such great stuff. I mean, basically, I feel exactly the same as you. I did the exact same thing. I did all of the Rock the Basics back to back, and then I started leading Rock the Basics and did that for a year. I made a commitment. I wanted to give back and help the team and do that. And I think it's critical for people who really want to grow the business and have that. Okay, let me kind of come back here. Okay, so yeah, and so tell me about this. Is there a specific system, for example, like I use the Rockstar Tracker like crazy days, but is there a specific system that you use every single day to remember the tasks that are most important to you, and, to make sure that nothing fell through the cracks? Is it a calendar, or, what kind of system do you use for that?
Honestly, I sit down every morning, and before I start doing anything, I just make a to-do list on a piece of paper like this right here. So old school, but honestly, I just keep adding. Like if I know that my like work time is going to be later in the day, I'll just whip out a piece of paper, and if I think of something, I'll jot it down, or I'll put it in the note section of my phone. Like, follow up with so-and-so, invite so-and-so, do a sponsored ad on my like page, or whatever the case may be, set up my next group, start inviting people. I just make a list, and then I cross it off, and then the next day I make a new list. I've tried so many different things. But what works best for me is, like, I have 3 main notebooks. One I use for contacts, you know, people I want to add, people I need to follow up with. One I use for meetings, like any Zooms that I have. And then one for like my to-do lists that I can just, you know, mark off or look back and say like, okay, I didn't get this done, add it to my to-do list for today or whatever. I've also used Streak. If you're more so a person that likes keeping everything virtually, Streak has been, I would say, the best one that's easiest to use, and it just it's nice because you can put the people's names, you can put them into subcategories, you can put notes next to their name. Like, so for example, in my Streak, I have prospects, started conversation, invited to challenge group, participated in challenge group, and then invited to become a coach. So as I start conversations with people, I can put them into whatever category and then put a note next to their name, like added them to Facebook on, you know, May 30th. And then I can set a reminder, like invite this person to a challenge group, whatever, in 2 weeks or something. But then you can move them down into the other subcategories, which is really nice. And it's very easy to set up. There's like tutorials on YouTube if you don't use it.
What is Streak? I'm so sorry. I totally just interrupted you. Go ahead.
Oh gosh, I don't care. No. No. You're funny. What were you gonna say?
I don't know what Streak is. I don't even know, like, is it an app or is it in Google or like what is it?
It's an add-on to sorry, I should have said that, to Gmail. So if you have a Gmail account, if you Google Streak, I think it will just come up, and then you download it. And you can also use it on your phone too. So say you run into someone in the grocery store, you can like pop their name in quick when you get into your car and not forget to follow up or whatever. I actually added somebody into a challenge group because we were in the juice aisle together and we were talking about how sugary juice is. And I went to school with her, and then she ended up joining my challenge group because I ended up telling her that I didn't like the juice that I got. Super random, but that's because of Streak, because I put her name in there when I got in the car. But it is really easy to use. And if you do have a Gmail, I would definitely check it out. And there's tutorials on how to set it up and like change the subcategories or whatever on YouTube.
Okay, I do have a Gmail. I've just switched over, like in these last few months from, you know, and it's exciting. I really like sharing documents, and I'm just kind of getting to know it. So basically what you're saying is, you know, you've just got these simple things, 3 notebooks for the 3 main categories that mean the most to you so that you don't miss anything. Never missing a day. I also highly believe in, there's 24 hours in a day. You could spend, it's like brushing your teeth or anything, you know, like spending that time on checking onto your team, on personal development, on following up on an invite. It's like, it's doable. This business is so doable. She had 30 SC last month, 30 Success Club points with 8 new coaches, as she's like getting ready to go into the delivery room.
This month, I barely made 5 though. No, but I hit it.
You hit it because you're going to make it happen. But it's just like, I think what happens is like, you know, what everything I hear that she's doing, it's the momentum. You guys, it's just the consistency breeds the momentum. It takes 10 times as much energy to stop and start every single day, or every 2 or 3 days, or they do good for a week, or they do a half a Rock the Basics training and then drop out. Oh my God, you know.
It really is. I mean, honestly, it's like there's no magic potion or anything that I do that's different or special than anybody else, or, you know, it's very simple stuff. But just showing up every day. I always tell like my coaches that, you know, come out of the gates super excited and they post every day and share and they're rocking their first challenge group. And then, you know, life gets in the way that second month, it seems like, and then they stop posting on their Facebook. And it's like, don't do that, because then people aren't going to take you seriously. They're not going to take your business seriously. And then when all of a sudden in 2 months, when you decide, I'll try this again, and you start inviting people, you're basically starting over. I mean, and it's hard to keep up the excitement within yourself, let alone other people trusting you enough to want to work with you. If they see a coach that hasn't missed a day and you're popping in and out every other month, they're going to go with a coach that shows up every day in their newsfeed, not you. You know, I mean, and it's the truth. I've seen it happen on my team. People that I'm like, how did she end up with her? It makes sense, you know? So it really is. It's nothing that I'm doing that my graphics aren't better than anybody else's. My posts, my invite strategy, my this or that, it's nothing magical. It is just legitimately showing up every single day.
It's the compound effect of showing up every single day. That's what it is. 1 penny plus 1 penny plus 1 penny. I don't know. At the end of 30 days, it's like $1 million or something.
I wish.
No, there's something that's like that, though. There's something, it compounds. There is a little formula about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but like, can I just go back to one thing? I really admire your consistency with your posting. I consistently post once a day, no matter what. And I've been really working on twice a day. And sometimes I even get in 3 times a day, which was yesterday. Random. But I'm working on it. I'm working on being able to do that. Is there, like, what do you use to fly out so many different posts? Like, what's your strategy on having so many posts consistently?
I set an alarm on my phone, like within my calendar on my phone, 3 times a day that says post on Instagram and Facebook, post on Instagram and Facebook, post on Instagram and Facebook. So that pops up 3 times. So each time that pops up, I'm either like, oh, I already did, you know, I'm already ahead of the game. I already have my post done. Or I'll be like, shoot, I haven't posted. Like, I should post. So sometimes I end up snoozing them, but sometimes it ends up like, you know, I've been super busy and I didn't post at all. And I'm like, but I post in the morning. I try to post at like 4:30 in the morning. I'll schedule my post because I do have a like page. And then I usually start in the morning. I find like positive quotes do the best because I don't know, people, it's morning and I don't know, you're getting ready for work and you're scrolling through and you see X, Y, and Z complaining, and then you see a positive quote and, you know, I don't know. So I really like to start in the morning, 4:30, positive quote. And then I always try to post my workouts. Obviously, I haven't been working out right now, but my workout posts are my like real-time posts always. That kind of holds me accountable to my workout. And then I also post one like lifestyle post in real time each day too, because I think it's really important, especially when you're like trying to find your niche and like speaking to your niche, that you share what you do 90% of the time when you're not working out and eating a salad. Like, I think it's important to like build that relationship with people. And I find the posts that I'm always like kind of nervous to press post on always do the best. I don't know if you saw, I just did like a postpartum reality post where I did like a side picture from 7 hours after I had Jax and then 7 days after. And I was like, oh my God, I'm probably going to make my family cringe by posting this. Maybe, I don't know, whatever. So I posted it and I think I got like 500 some likes and a lot of new likes on my like page because it was moms that are going through the same thing I am going through. So I really try to take into consideration, like, what am I going through right now in my life that someone, you know, that I want to relate to somebody on, or like that. Like when I went into labor with my first son, I did not think I'd be leaving the hospital looking like I was 30 weeks pregnant still, you know? So trying to just share stuff that's going on with you so you can find your niche market. So anyway, I post my workout ones live and then a lifestyle one live each day. But otherwise, I try to post like clean recipes. Those are the ones that I find get shared the most, are clean recipes. So I'll just copy like, and I don't share them from the blog or whatever Facebook page. directly, I'll like search on Google, you know, healthy, whatever. Last week I did 5 minute or less or small kids meals or something like that. And I did one every day. And then this week I'm doing like fun kitchen gadgets that like save you time. I don't know, but I'll just copy them and then paste them and then put the picture and schedule them to post around lunchtime. Because when I was working, we would all sit around scrolling on Facebook at lunchtime. And like, if, I don't know, people are sitting by each other talking and I don't know. So I do those at lunch, and then at night are usually my lifestyle posts. So my lifestyle posts would be like a picture of me and my family doing something. Let's see if I have one. So like a lifestyle one. Oh, like my son one time, my husband stirred his yogurt and he started crying. And so I took a picture with him and me, and he was like bawling, and I'm like, how, you know, comment below a reason your toddler cried today, you know, just something funny like that. But then I'm also speaking to my niche because the people who are going to comment have a toddler, you know. So I always try to think about like things like that when I'm posting, and not just like posting to post. I always have like some reason for posting what I do.
Brilliant. So I like that. It's all really good. So basically, you just search Google and get like a good resource that you can just pull from. And then, do you ever use the Beachbody? I do go on to the snacks and, you know, everything from the healthy eating over there. Do you ever use those and pull those in?
I totally do, but I do not share it from the Beachbody blog. I copy it, like highlight, copy, paste it into my like page, take the picture from that, and then at the bottom I just put like via Beachbody blog, because I find when you share it, like it just doesn't look good, like as good.
Yes.
I don't know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do the same.
You've probably seen it where
I save the
same thing. Yep. Like this one, this one didn't have a point at all, but it's just like my kids and I on Saturday morning, like our feet, because we were in bed, and I just said, "Dear Saturday, you're my favorite," but 89 people liked it. But I can go through that and like I look, so what I do, it doesn't matter how many likes you get on your pictures or comments if you don't do anything with them. You know, that was one thing that in the beginning, I'm like, oh, my picture, you know, and I know a lot of new coaches too, like I'm only getting like 3 likes and 2 of them are coaches on our team because they're supporting me, you know. But I could get 100 likes on every one of my pictures, but it doesn't mean anything if I'm just getting likes and I'm not reaching out to those people. So what I do is I click on the likes and I scroll through, and like, if I'm not friends with them or know them personally, which sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't, if they look like they're a mom or somebody that I would want to work with, like, you know, maybe, I don't know, like around my age or maybe going to have kids soon or whatever, I'd click their profile, add them as a friend, and then invite them to like my page if they don't already. And then it just gives me a chance to like put them on my prospect list and then invite them to a challenge group down the road. So I always try to invite them to be my friend on Facebook, because on my profile, I never post really on my personal page. I have my challengers post on my personal page for me by tagging me.
And that's what I was going to ask you about. I actually went back and in my Team Surge page here, I have, Teresa has a great, which you guys should all go in and get if you don't already have it. She did a diamond presentation on every single thing you'd ever need to know about leading a good challenge group from start to finish, how to connect with your challengers, how to invite properly, you know, to the coaching opportunity, just everything. Really thorough, screen by screen. Such a great job on that. So I went back and reviewed that this morning. There was one, because you can never see this stuff enough, I think. Tell me about the exact verbiage, because I am wrapping up a group today, like a 14-day group, and I am going to give away 2 raffles, like Trina said in her last Zoom. One is going to be filled with people who are 100% check-in, and one is going to be filled with people who wrote a recap and then also shared it on their Facebook timeline, and like tagged me, right? So like right? Exactly what. So tell me, because I tried to say it and I did my best, but it's not necessarily happening. They're definitely giving great recaps in the group. We've had some really great success in the challenge group. I feel connected with the people. That's all going well. But getting that to transition out to my page and my coaches' pages is not happening. So can you run us through that?
So what I do in the beginning of all my challenge groups, I do that short introduction video, like, that Trina does. I just say like, hey, here's how the challenger group is going to work. I explain that I post every morning. I only post 1 time a day in my challenge groups. I know some people post like multiple times. Not me. I just do it once. I find that if I do it more than that, I feel annoying, and I feel like I would be annoyed. I don't know. I feel like it'd be too much. So I choose to do it 1 time per day, and I do it in the morning at 4:30. And the reason I do it so early is because I had one early bird in my groups who's like, I get up and like I'm out the door by 4:30, So I just post it super early because it doesn't really matter to me because I'm scheduling it ahead of time anyway. So 4:30, and I explain that, it's going to be a motivational message from me. You're going to check in on X, Y, and Z. Then I put a little thing at the bottom, like on my posts each day, but I explain it in this video, and I say, along with being encouraged in this group, I find that it's really fun for people who are participating in the group to share their journey on Facebook too with their family and friends and tag me. And each day that you tag me, you will, if you tag me 7 days in a row, whatever, for that first week, you'll get entered to win a $25 gift card.
That actual verbiage, are you guys writing it down? Somebody write that down, because it's really funny. It's like a slight, subtle difference. Sometimes it's the subtle things that make it work or not work, but it's obviously really working for you. So
basically, I just the one thing I would be sure to say is, in addition to getting the encouragement within this group, I've found a lot of people, what do I say? I should just send you my video. I just say it's really fun to see how much your family and friends encourage you if you share your journey on Facebook. And if you tag me every day out of the week, you'll be entered to win a $25 gift card on Sunday night. Really, it's the money or the gift card that gets them to actually do it, I've found. And, if you can do $10, do $10. If you can do a coffee to Starbucks, do a coffee to Starbucks. If my team did a really big group all together this last month, and we ended up giving away a $100 prize each week and then a $25 gift card each week. The $25 gift card went to, tagging their coaches, but we got so many new people this month from friends of those people seeing that and then reaching out to that coach that was tagged. And so literally when I do my post, then say I do my welcome video the Wednesday before my group starts. So that Monday morning when my group starts, I'll put an asterisk, and at the bottom I'll say, don't forget to share your story, your experience today or your challenge today on Facebook, and tag me to be entered to win that $25 gift card. So each day I'll include that little verbiage at the bottom to remind them to post. And I can type it to you too. I'll send it to you.
You use Facebook. I use Vimify. Are you using Vimify or are you using Facebook?
I use the Beachbody app.
Okay.
I haven't done Vimify in a challenge group, which is, I feel bad, but I just haven't yet. But I like the Beachbody one.
Yeah.
It's free too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Barbie, I know you were interested in the Beachbody app. We've kind of played around with it. I'm already on Vimify. I've committed and I've got a lot of stuff going. And I just didn't want to keep switching from one thing to the next. It was a big jump to get everybody to go from Facebook to Vimify. So I'm like, okay, let's just hang out here for a few months and see what goes. But I think that there's room for people to be doing it, whatever feels right for them, of course.
It's so, I love it. How I first introduced it to my team, like, doing a new thing. Some love it. Some are like dragging their feet on change, which you're going to have. But I did a 5-day accountability group for coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So we just jumped in there. Everybody did it. They gave me their honest feedback. Like, Android users do not like the Beachbody app.
Okay.
They just have like some bugs to work out so far, I think. But other than that, I really like it from the coach point of view. And now you can co-coach on it, which I know that was like another downfall of it. But now you can have multiple coaches coaching a group. The thing I like is you can go, it's just really nice to see that from the coach's point of view, the challengers, you can click on them. You can see there's a little calendar. You can see every day they worked out or drank their shake. You can see their before picture, their goals, their program, their flavor, Shakeology, all of that just like within one click. And you can send the whole group a private message. Like, hey, you're doing amazing. You can click on like the people who have checked in every day and just send them all a message. And it's like, boom, done, quick, easy. I love it. And maybe you can do that in Vimify too. I don't know, but I haven't tried, but
yeah, I really do like Vimify. It's very easy to it's like a one-click thing, and the points are automatically tabulated. And now I figured out as of last month, I can edit the whole thing and I can drop in my videos, which I couldn't like my long videos. Like I can put in up there and change out Darren Dailies or just like switch out the content. Because I had a lot of content for my Facebook stuff that I wasn't really adding in, and only now have I kind of run through all of the templates, and now I feel more able to tweak them and get in there, and it doesn't take me, just take me a couple minutes instead of like, that learning curve is finally moving. So it's been good. It's been really good. Okay, we only have about maybe 15 more minutes. Again, I want to be really respectful of your time here today. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just like open it up to the rest of you. So, Heather and Nikki and Goldie and Barbie, like, come on and ask her a question. Go!
Teresa, I love your approach with the lifestyle posts. I've always honestly struggled with those because sometimes it's like, hey, look at me. Like some of them can be like that. And I'm like, I teeter between like, hey, oh yeah, cool, I'm working from home, or, those types of things, to how do you do something so simple? Why did your toddler cry today? I mean, that's so perfect. And now it's kind of like, how do I figure out why did your toddler cry today? Like, you know what I mean? That like, who am I talking to? What simple thing? You know what I mean?
Right. I think like maybe because you have kids and you're like running them probably all over the place,
Mm-hmm.
like something for you. I can't remember who suggested this, but like someone said, think about every situation you're in. Like, how is this situation different because I'm a Beachbody coach? So like maybe you're running to, I don't know, sports or something, and you're in the car and like you have carrots and something other, and not chips and McDonald's, like maybe you would have if you weren't a coach or something. So that's kind of how I started thinking about those. Like, that necessarily isn't like why my kid was crying because he got his yogurt stirred, but I don't know. I just find like ways to share. Gosh, what did I do? Some of my coaching ones, because I try to share the like coaching opportunity in like my story through my posts as much as I can too, but I totally I know exactly how you feel. So like, here's one of mine. So this was on Friday, I think, but I just took a picture and it said, today's the day. That's my baby and my toddler laying down doing tummy time. And it was actually Thursday. And I just said, today's the day. That's what I had to tell myself. I sat and debated on becoming a coach for a while, and I finally decided to set aside my fears and go for it. Why? And then I just kind of went through like how the discount sounded appealing. How could I make this happen as a mom living in a small town in northern Wisconsin? Like, why would anyone follow me? Was I wasting my time? I hated the thought of being salesy. I'm just like very open and honest about like all of the reasons I wanted to say no and all the reasons that people do say no. And then I just, at the end said like I was able to quit my full-time job. I just had Jax and I don't have to think about the dreaded last few days of maternity leave because they don't exist anymore. I can do 90% of my work from my phone. I design my own schedule. I love helping other people. I love helping my team. And I said, so this is my view this morning, tummy time at the lake, because I decided that our family was going to have a long weekend. I worked this morning and I have a few meetings this afternoon, but this is the day. Today's the day. Join my team. Blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I try to incorporate just like, I don't know. I also struggle with the fact, like, am I using my kids to like propel my business forward, and are they going to hate me someday for this? That often goes through my head. So I try to also be a little bit sensitive to like what I post with them, but I just share like the lifestyle and like what would I like to see when I was sitting in my cubicle scrolling on Facebook to try to pass the time. Like if I saw a post like this, would it make me want to sign up as a coach? You know what I mean? But I see like coaches that are very braggy and stuff. And to me, that's not appealing. And like, coaches signing checks for $20,000 or whatever to pay off something in full. I'm like, oh, that stuff just kind of makes me cringe. And yes, it's very cool and inspiring to me as a coach, because I'm already a coach, and like to be at that level would be amazing. But to somebody who isn't, I don't know. I think we all probably have our opinions on that, but I don't know. I just try to share like, okay, because I'm a coach, this is what I'm doing right now, instead of looking at an Excel spreadsheet with 600 lines of numbers like I used to have to do. Like, I don't know.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Well, what about for us that are like, I do daycare 7 to 5, like I'm working all day. Like, I think I do a pretty good job with my posts and sharing the business and, all of that, but I don't know. I just like, and I have 4 kids, teenagers. I have teenagers and I have a kid going to kindergarten. So I like have this huge span of lifestyle stuff I can post, but like I'm working still.
Yeah. Like, I think exactly what you said, like, how do I fit this into my life? I'm working full time and I have kids and, all this stuff going on, but like, then take a step back and think like, how do you fit it in? Like you're on a call right now, and like, just think of like when you're working out, what sacrifices did you make in order to get your, workout in? Share that. That would be a lifestyle. Like, there's no way I'd be doing this right now if I wasn't a coach, surrounded by all these positive people encouraging me to be the best version of myself. Like, just think of things like, there's no way I'd be doing this right now if I didn't make the decision to become a coach, and then turn it into a post somehow. So instead of like sharing like, oh, here's me and my Shakeology, try to think like, is what I'm posting adding any sort of value to the person that's reading it? Is it inviting them to join me? Or is it teaching them something? Sorry, I've got to kill this large ant that is crawling, right? Like, I thought it was a spider, but it's an ant.
I have another question, if that's okay. Are you safe from the ant first?
Yes, it's dead. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm totally with you.
I saw it and I'm in the basement, so I'm like, is that a spider? But it's not.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of bugs in the house. It's fine if they're outside, but not in my home.
Right.
So one of the recurring issues I tend to see on my team, and it tends to be more of with my personally sponsored coaches. And I feel like there's something that I'm doing or not doing, and I really want to pinpoint it because I really want to grow my team. I find, and you kind of alluded to this in the beginning, that people join the team, and as soon as they find out that it's more than like, you know, shake, sweaty selfie, and they ditch out, they're gone. And they come to me saying they would love to quit their job. They come to me saying they would love to make extra income. They come to me with lots of big dreams. And as soon as I put their toes to the fire and bring them along, you know, they're gone. And I mean, I've been a coach for 5 years. I've been a diamond for 4 out of 5 years, 4.5 out of 5 years. You know, gone to 2-star and fell, you know? So it's like, what do you know what I mean? What do you have, like a piece of advice?
I honestly think that so many people want instant gratification. And as soon as they find out that it's not just going to happen without them putting work in, I think that people just have that personality sometimes and they're going to peace out. I have the same thing on my team. What I tell myself is, run with the people who want to run. And I mean, at this point, you're saying they say they want to, but, you know, take them along, and the people that are going to dig in are going to dig in, and those that aren't. But what I keep telling myself is, in the beginning, I had a goal, Success Club 5, and add 2 coaches every single month, non-negotiable. Now my non-negotiable Success Club 20, besides this month, I only got 5, but I had a baby. So I'm giving myself a break. But so now I moved it to Success Club 20 and 5 new coaches a month. That's my goal. If I don't hit Success Club 20, I'm not like down on myself. At least, you know, I try to never hit less than Success Club 12, because if somebody returns something, then I'm still good at Success Club 10. But by adding those new coaches, 1 out of, you know, every 5 should maybe want to run with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've signed up so many discount coaches, and a lot of them have quit. I mean, I would say on average, I probably get like 1 coach cancellation in my email from like my PS coaches or my coaches, like 1 every other day. And like that used to like freak me out, but it's like, okay, that just says like I have to keep adding, and people aren't going to stick around forever and aren't going to just one day, you know, you can't count on people to want it like I want it more than they do a lot of times. And in the beginning, I was really hard on myself, like, God, what am I doing wrong? Why can't they see this amazing opportunity? If, you know, it doesn't take that much work to make this like something really awesome. And, you know, we have such good trainings like Rock the Basics and all that stuff, and sometimes coaches won't even do that. So
Right.
if you're constantly giving them the tools to run with it, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just that they aren't gonna do it. But I think, like, you know, maybe posting about it a few times in your team page, or I don't know. I just think like privately too, like, hey, how are you doing? Just a reminder, Rock the Basics starts if you want to jump in this month. Would love to see you. Hope all is doing well. Just like little things like that, I find work better than tagging them and calling them out in your team page, because I think that people get sick of that, you know? But so just being a little more personal about it, I think, has helped me. But otherwise, you know, I just think like, here are the tools. Oh, this has helped a lot in my team page. At the top, I filmed a video and I just say like, hey, welcome to the team. We're super excited that you're, you know, new here. Here is what Team Rockstar Fit is. And then I share the link like above so they can click on it. And then I screen share, and I took them through Team Rockstar Fit, and I explained like, this is like the mothership of our team. Trina and Vito run it. Go to the files tabs. This is what you'll find. When you have new coaches join your team, or if you hit a milestone in your business, you might be recognized in this page. You can add your new coaches to this page, whatever. And then I show them Dream Big, and then I show them our team page. And then we also have a new coach university on our team that I created that is in a Facebook group. And it just takes the place of prep, or Rock Solid Start or whatever. And I just took lessons from in there and put them in this Facebook group because I was finding my coaches would sign up like in the middle of the month and I didn't want them to have to wait like half a month to jump in some sort of training. So I also include that link there so they can get started and jump in their training right away if they want to. That's helped a lot because I was having a lot of trouble right in the beginning when my coaches signed up and waiting for that Rock the Basics training to start. They would kind of get like bored and not interested anymore and like lose that momentum. So I decided to create my own that I can plug them into right away. So that video on the top gives a little more personal touch when they're added to the team page, and then also explains to them what the groups are. So maybe if they forget or they're not like into it right away, they can go back in a week and like watch the video again and kind of dig through stuff and know where to find things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So good. Just to let you guys know too, who are on this page today, like right now I have two of my coaches in a Rock Solid Start for Vimify. So I can just grab that. I can start that at any time. So for all of you at any time, all you have to do is message me. Hey, I've got one or two, because yeah, it could be more than two people in there. Absolutely. Because I agree with Teresa, like, you know, like right now they'll finish up and they'll be ready for 1.0, you know, and you can, you know, we've got that all that time to do that, and sometimes before, after challenge group or whatever. So it's so anyway, we have a Vimify version of that can anybody's welcome to like dive into. Donna, I'm glad that you could come.
For Donna, how do I get people to watch my like page? So I post consecutively 3 to 6 times a day. And then also I did that Jesse Reagan Facebook ad training. It was like $200 some, but I learned a ton in there. I can do, this is crazy. So I can schedule or do an ad campaign that has like 7 different images, and then I can do like 7 different videos. They can all go out and it's in one chunk, like how they're going to charge you, I guess. I don't know. So I put like $3 a day is my limit. So I have 14 ads out there playing, going, whatever. And I can keep an eye on them, and the ones that aren't doing good, I can just kill. It's called, you just shut them off. And then the other ads continue to go. So I can get like 1,000 new likes on my page for like $30 or so. But the way that he teaches you to do it, you would never figure out on your own unless you did that training or like new Facebook, because you have to go in through like the ads manager and then download Power Editor, and it's a lot of stuff that like I would have never figured out on my own. And it did take me a lot of time, and like he's got tutorials in his training, and then they do live like Zoom meetings kind of, where he'll like answer questions for you and stuff. So it's a lot of like in-depth training. I know that Jessica Piscola, I don't know if you know her, she's from Minnesota. She does that too, and she's like loving it because I think she's got a lot of likes on her page now since she started that, and she's really been like promoting him. But it works, and it's so much cheaper. And I still do boost my posts sometimes when I'm like I don't have a lot of time, and you know, I want to boost it for 3 days because in my challenge group, you know, I need more Success Club points or whatever. But you save so much money learning how to do ads that way on your like page, and that's how I built my like page. I probably go ahead.
I understand the building part of it. Well, I don't understand as much as detail you just said, but after you build it, I get people, you know how you can see the tracker that they're engaged, but I don't get people liking or commenting, you know. So
how often
is it
do
just
you
about
post?
Consistency, like 3 to 4 times a day? You have to do that?
Yeah, because you'll see like your reach underneath your picture. And so like someone said to me once, like, go on your Facebook personal page and like turn on your chat and see how many people are on your online. So if there's a time of the day where there's like 100 of your friends are online, and then there's a time of day 20 of them are online, kind of watch that and like take note of the busy times of Facebook and try to schedule your posts during those times that you're noticing like your friends are online. Another thing that I'm doing, and I don't know, maybe you already do this, but about, I don't know, 3 times a week, I'm constantly adding to my personal page, like friends. And then I go and I invite them to like my like page, probably like 3 times a week. I never have anybody in my on my list, so I'm like friends to invite to my like page. I have, let's see, no friends, because I constantly keep this. Like I'm always adding 10 to 15 people to my Facebook a day. And then I'll go through and make sure I'm inviting them to like my like page. So that's how I'm like getting more people to like my like page for free. But it's those ads. And then honestly, if I post 3 times a day versus 6, I can tell because my reach will go down. So like one post can have 110 people viewed it, and then the next one can have 10,000. And it's like, I don't know why. It's really annoying and it can be very frustrating. And it's always the ones that you're inviting to a challenge group that get no traction, I swear. But I think just consistency and like making sure to invite, like somebody said too, like with one scroll of your thumb, there should be an invite to a challenge group or your team. So like if people can scroll through your stuff and they're not getting invited to anything, then you're kind of just posting to post.
Wow.
Thank you.
Would you say that's like every 3rd post then? And would that be a safe way to say that?
Yeah, I think so. Like I definitely say like, yeah, probably every third post. I'm trying to look at mine and make sure I'm doing that.
I have a question about friending people. So when you're friending people, do you ever get anyone that's like weird, like who are you? Why are you friending me? Or
I've only had that happen once, and I just
had like a crazy person from Instagram message me like, wow, she was crazy. And then I had another one from my Facebook like page telling me quit inviting me, and I'm like, I don't think I ever even, maybe I invited her once from, something, but I was like, whoa, okay.
I've only had one person that said like, hey, I'm not sure if I know you. And I didn't respond, but I told Julianne about that. And she's like, oh, just say like, oh, I noticed we have so-and-so mutual friends. I do online fitness challenges. I thought that maybe we could connect or something, but I was like, I don't know. I'm not good at that. I don't like doing that stuff. So I'm like, I never did it. I just didn't respond, which maybe is bad.
Yeah. I had to block this crazy lady from my personal page, my like page, my Instagram. This lady is like crazy.
I remember I signed up with Crazy Coach and I was complaining to my husband. He's like, well, you're adding random people on Facebook and inviting them to join you. And I'm like, he's like, you're gonna get a crazy person here and there. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
My husband tells me the same thing. He's in law enforcement, so he gets very nervous about this kind of stuff. So
my best friend's a coach too, and her husband is a cop as well. And he's always like, why are you talking to that person? And she's like, well, she's in my challenge group. He's like, oh
yeah.
my
God. Yeah.
She's on there.
Yeah. But
also to Donna, she did go over you, and we've got this recorded, and she went over a lot of detail about her actual, methods of posting and subject on posting and a lot of that stuff, which I think was just like extremely helpful. Okay, yeah, I think that if anybody else, I wanted to get you to, I want to ask if anybody else would like to ask one last question, and then I have one last question. Maybe I'll say it like that. Does anybody else? Barbie? You've just been taking notes. How many pages do you have? How many pages do you have over there?
I have 3 pages.
Good job. Goldie, are you still there? Can you hear me?
That's my coach, Wendy. She's driving, she said, so.
Okay. That's okay. And And Donna, pre-happy birthday. It's Donna's birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We have to do 9,000 push-ups tomorrow. Okay, so I want to see if you can recap in your, just like a quick little recap about like the difference between, you've made the transition with so many people are wanting to do. I mean, that is huge for a lot of people who are working full-time and they want to be a full-time Beachbody coach. Like that's only been, I don't know for how many months for you now, like not too long that you've made that transition. So like, what's the biggest difference between working your Beachbody business, you know, being a full-time Beachbody coach as to doing it when you're working 40 hours a week? You know, why has that, you know, what's the biggest difference in that for you? What do you love the most about that too?
I like it because, well, there's a lot of things. Like, I think, honestly, I probably worked the same amount, which is interesting. There are certainly days, definitely before I had Jax. The last couple weeks, I have not. But, like when Parker's at daycare, I have 2 days that I'm like, Beachbody, I literally do all day. But I'm not like inviting all day, and I'm not, you know, messaging people all day. That's not what I'm doing. I've done a lot more stuff with my team or things that I wanted to do for my team that I didn't have the time to do, or I felt like I was drowning in before. I spend a lot more time like recognizing my team now and doing things that maybe got set aside before. I still do the same like vitals in the same way that I was doing them when I was working full time. But now I'm spending more time like taking time to do that new Coach University for my team. Reaching out to my team more like privately and just making them know that I care about them more than just like Beachbody stuff, and like taking the time to reach out because I have the time to reach out now. And spending more time setting up my challenge groups. I don't know. It's weird. I often wonder, I'm like, gosh, how did I do this when I was working? But I just did the important things that I had to do when I was working. And now I'm just doing like extra fun stuff. Nothing that's like really different as far as like moving my business forward, but I'm investing more on the backside of stuff, I would say, you know? So like if you only have 20 minutes a day, like just think about the things you need to do to move your business forward. The awesome thing about being able to do so much on our phones, like I set reminders to like do a recognition post, reach out to 3 challengers, you know? And so then I'll just like voice memo people quick, like boom, 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 done. Make a cool graphic on my phone, throw it up in our team page and recognize a coach or recognize a challenger. Just prioritizing, like, but now that I have extra time, I'm doing more of the frilly stuff, which you can just like dive into. And then all of a sudden I'm like, it's 4 o'clock. Like I have to go get my son. But I would say I still spend the same amount of time inviting as I did when I was working, because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, she's a full-time coach. She has all day to do this. No wonder she has Success Club 30. She's probably just spending all day inviting. Like, no, I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that there's like the vital behaviors because you can't just do one and not do another. Like you literally have to do them all. But if you have those down rotely every day, like no matter what, high water, holiday, on vacation, at home, sick kid or not, whatever's happening in your life, they're getting done, then that creates that momentum and that consistency. It actually doesn't surprise me at all to hear you say this. And that like now, so you can focus on some of these larger projects and really build out some of these things, you know, learn about Facebook marketing and take some of those courses and invest in some of that personal development. That's personal development right there. You know, I mean, that it's killer. It's really great. I'm so happy for you. and
Aw,
to be just a part of this journey with you. I remember having sushi with you when we were at Summit. We were kind of at opposite ends of the table, but I definitely remember like connecting and just going like, just wanting the same things and being able to really relate, to you. And my kids are older. They're teenagers who don't like their pictures taken. In fact, I have to sign waivers just to get like one out. So that may happen to you down the road, little precursor on that.
I know Parker already won't look at me. I'm like, shoot, come on. No.
Oh yeah, that totally. Yeah, you have to be really careful. But just that to be able to do this while they're this young and to be able to be home with them and wallow in Jax and just do all of that is just like, I am so happy for you. I think it's just awesome.
Thank you. It is. I mean, it's definitely, I think it almost takes more discipline to be home all day and still do this than it did for me when I was working full time, because of the fact it's a lot easier to, go do something with my kids or, I don't know. It's been a hard transition to like balance and like find that, balance, but it's been amazing too. I still can't believe it. It's like, it just blows my mind that something like this is out there for people to be able to do from home and make happen in like such a short amount of time. It's crazy.
It's pretty amazing. I thank you all so much for carving out time in your days with your family to be here and to learn. And thank you so much, Teresa. I'm going to turn off the recording right now, but if you guys want to stay on or chit and chat, any number of you, that's totally fine with me. Okay, so can we all just give her a warm thank you? High fives. Loves.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.